Hi everybody, it's Diana from the Wayward Cat and Wayward Cat Publishing, and I am here with a flip through of my latest journal. If you saw my last video, you know that I had to take a long break to move from Central Florida, and I am all settled here in the beautiful mountains of Tennessee. It's a much nicer place than Central Florida was, for me anyway. I'm not a big fan of the muggy heat, and I definitely like mountains and forests as opposed to sand and scrub. So here we are. This is an altered book junk journal, and I made it out of the complete illustrated stories of the Brothers Grimm. I left the cover as it is because I just think it's really adorable. Put a little lace trim, covered the spine, and on the back I put a little bit of the homemade paper that I made some time ago. All right, let me just make sure I am in the camera good, and we'll flip through and see what we've got. There we go. So I covered the front and back inside covers with napkin. Just put a little trim here, a little lace pocket. This is just a little notebook that you can write in. I have some really neat metal stuff. I guess there were charms. I don't know where I got them, but I put a few in here. And you can write on this page if you like. You can glue stuff on. This was the first page of the book. Nice little pocket. And I used as many pictures of the book that I could, both in the book as pockets and as ephemera that you can write on. Put that in there. There's another. This is a different one. That's a charm, I think, that I got at Joann's or Michael's. And here I took this picture of the frog and made a little pocket out of it. I think this is just a digital that I printed up. And some ephemera here that you can write on. And I put this picture on the first page of the frog prints. I tried to put pockets with pictures on pages with pictures that kind of went together. And I succeeded a couple times. Just a little pocket there. See, this is a pocket made out of one of the pictures. And this is a little slide. I don't think you can see it. I see a little kid in shorts or diapers and a dog. It looks like he's giving the dog water from a hose. It's pretty cute. You can write up there. There's a tiny little feather there. And here I made a double pocket by folding over some of the pages of the book. This is just a picture from a book, I think. It's kind of odd, isn't it? I don't remember what book I got that from. Some cute little trim. This is from Trims on Wheels. This is a wood something. That's just writing space, not a pocket. There's some very old paper. I think this came from the inside of a book. I glued it on as best I could. You could write on it. It's very delicate. And here I cut 2 pages very thin like this and glued this piece of paper in between them. And I added a bit of snippet roll on this side. And here's a picture from the book. I tried to leave in as many pictures as I could. And this pocket's made from a picture of the book. You can write on that. And here's a little pocket on this flip up. You can write in there. It's just a lovely writing page with just a bit of fabric and a matching button. A scene from Rapunzel. And here I added this tab because even when I would flip through, I kind of missed that this is to be opened. So the tab gives you a hint. Writing space here with a bit of trim. Here's another picture from inside the book. Snow White and Rose Red, and you can write on that. And this butterfly is a bit of a tuck space there. This is a little mini belly band. You can write on the back of that card. I think I did a video on making those cards. And here I found this picture of a woman falling into a well, and this picture of two people falling somewhere, so I put those together. And in the pocket, just another little booklet that you can write in. Some writing space here. And this is a very interesting picture. You've got a rooster and a cat and a dog and a donkey, I believe. Very weird. I don't know what story that came from. This looks like another digital that I printed up. Just a little trim and lace here. And this is a windy looking day, so I put a windy picture from the book there. And you can write on that. And here I just put this paper on for writing and a bit of trim there. Another scene from the book. And here's another lace pocket with some ephemera you can write on. And a pocket here. This is an old postcard that you can write on. It's a fairly simply done journal. There's a lot of room left for the user to add all kinds of stuff in there. This is from the wedding of Mrs. Fox. I have no idea what's going on in this picture. It's very strange. But it is from the Grimm's fairy tales, and they could be a bit strange. Some ephemera you could write on there. This is from a story called The Golden Bird. More writing space. Another little belly band there. It's a nice pocket. Oh, that's a tight pocket. I love the picture of the kitty cat here. So cute. I can't wait to do my journal just on cats. You can write on there, and this flips out. You can write on there. And I chose this picture to put on this page because she seems to be looking down and he seems to be looking up, like they're looking at each other. More writing space with a bit of trim. Another cute picture. Writing space. This is from the story of Briar Rose. Some ephemera you can write on. And I chose this pocket because these two pictures or flowers are alike. There's lace trim on the edges of many of the pages. And here is a triple pocket. This is a real piece of money. I'm not sure where it's from. I looked it up, but I don't remember. So you have pocket here, here, and here. And then up here is also a pocket or tuck space. So it's a little tricky getting things in and out of it, but you could make use of it. And here's a double pocket made from some ripped papers with some pretty trim. This is some authentic ephemera. It's a Valentine. Let me see if I can get it open. Come on, fingers. There we go. There we go. Inside it is signed Thelma. You could write in it and in the back and on the back, or you could leave it be for inspiration. And this is a picture that I'm sure I got from a book. And here is another two of those short pages that I cut off, and I glued a folded page in there. So there's a whole center there that you can write on. Another picture pocket from the book. Some ephemera you can write on there. And here is one of those little doors that you open. And inside, there's some papers that you can write on. And here's another pocket with a little mini pocket on it. And you can't really really write on that ephemera, but you could use it any way you wanted. Tuck the papers back in. I love this picture. This man is blowing these feathers into the wind. I don't know what story that's from. There's a cute little pocket, some ephemera and some writing space here. Another picture from the book. And here is a double pocket I made from folding over one page from the book. And then on top of it, I covered a front of the spaghetti box. You know how they have the window in it so you can see the noodles? I covered it with some cool tea-dyed papers. So there's like a little window in the pocket. And this is a very old postcard dated 1914. It's to Mrs. L.A. Culver in Moscow, Michigan. Very cool. It's beautifully ornate. Okay, more pictures. There's another pocket. This isn't a postcard from the 80s, but it shows an older picture. It shows a picture from 1914 with President Wilson throwing out a game ball. But it itself is from the 80s. Plenty of writing space there. And here's a flip-up pad of paper with a pocket behind. And it opens up. Let me move this over, make sure you can see it. There's a pocket on top here and an envelope. This is a picture from a book. You can write on that. And we'll move it back over a bit. Let me check and see if I'm in the camera good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And this is a picture from The Soaring Lark, and it looks to me like a woman hugging a lion. Beautiful picture. Here's one of those V pockets with a little tuck in the front and ephemera that you can write on. More writing space here. Another pocket with a picture of a book. Some ephemera you can write on. This is a picture from a story called The Goose Girl. Some old writing paper. This is really cool paper. It's almost like fabric paper. Another beautiful pocket with ephemera. Another cool picture. And here's a pocket again, created from folding over one or two of the pages from the book and gluing it on another page. I'm pretty sure this is from a digital. And this writing space here too. This is a cool picture. It says it's from The Two Wanderers, and it looks like a stork delivering a baby. And here is a zipper pocket. So like it's the front of your shirt or something. And there's some ephemera in there. You could tuck all sorts of things in there. And it zips up nicely. It's got a little key as a dangle. And it's decorated with a little lace. More picture, more writing space. And this has the look of authentic ephemera, dated 1895. And honestly, I don't remember where I got it, so I cannot say whether or not it really is authentic. It feels old, but I can't really tell for sure. It's a shame. I should write down where I get everything from and put it in certain drawers where I can find it. This is a very odd picture. It looks like there's legs like somebody's upside down in there, from a story called The Valiant Tailor. And this is authentic. This is dated 1942, and it's to Mrs. C.R. Bikey, something like that. And it is a postcard from Frances Lee Barton, and says, as requested, we're glad to send you the recipe for chocolate chipsies offered on the When a Girl Marries program by Walter Baker and Company. and I am willing to bet that's a radio program. I was first going to copy down the recipe before I put it in the book, but then I realized it uses 5 cups of Post Toasties. I'm not sure that Post Toasties still exist, and I also don't think I would really like a cookie with Post Toasties in it, so I did not copy it down. More pretty pictures, another fold-over pocket with some cool paper you could write on, and here's some writing space. This is a picture of a guy on a horse in a boat. Very interesting. Here's some more writing space. And this is from a story called The Shoes Which Were Danced to Pieces. Sounds a little odd. I left this blank. You could write on it. You could make your own pockets. You could just glue things on it, however you wish to use it. Another one of those 2 short pages with a piece of paper glued in between. And I put a little bit of ribbon on this one. And another pocket made from a picture of the book. And this has got the funniest looking dragon on it. Very strange looking. And some ephemera. Now this is a triple pocket. It started out as a double pocket by folding over pages and gluing them. And then I just added another pocket on top. This is probably a digital. This is an authentic postcard. And I don't think there's a date of when this postcard was made. It's pretty old looking though. I've actually been to Plymouth and I saw the Plymouth Rock. It's a pretty deep pocket. I'm gonna turn that like that. Another neat picture with some lace, plenty of writing space. And this flips up for writing on. More writing space here. More pictures. More writing space, and here's a pocket here. This is a good size pocket. You could tuck something thick in there. In fact, I might have something I could tuck in there. Bear with me for a moment, and let me see if I can find that little booklet that I had. I had it on another project, and it just didn't seem to fit well. Well, I don't see it, but I tell you what, if I find it, I think I'm going to stick it in that pocket. And if it works well, I will take a picture of it and maybe put it on this part of the video. All right, another pretty lace pocket. This came from a hunting book or duck call book or something, and you can see it says quack, 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 and there's hoot, 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 quack, hoot, quack, hoot. I don't know what it means. It's called the gadwall call. Gadwall, I assume, is a kind of duck or bird. Very strange, but it's kind of funny. And this is just a beautiful piece of cardstock. I just left it as it is, but of course you could make pockets or glue things onto it, or just use it as inspiration. Put a little bit of ephemera up there. And here is a nice cascading pad of papers to write on. And here I just wanted to highlight this pretty picture, so I folded some lace over it and put some ephemera on it. Here's another pocket. This looks like it's from some collaging that I did. And this is some ephemera from an old book that I got, or an old magazine. I cut it out and put it on cardstock. More writing space here. Another pocket you could put something in. And you might recognize this envelope as a piece of junk mail. Sometimes you get those with the holes in them. And this is from my Norman Rockwell book. Some of his Saturday Evening Post covers. So you can see a little bit of it through the holes. More writing space, and here's a little flip up with writing space and a pocket. This is more of that collage paper. And the fold up itself is a pocket. This is the Vanderbilt Mansion in Hyde Park, New York. You can write on that. And just more writing space, and then this folds out with plenty more writing space. Another pocket, and this has got a picture of this owl. Oh, that's the weird ice maker in this room that I'm in. He's got the funniest look on his face as he looks down at this picture that I put, which is a young boy, looks like he's trying to chase his hat or something that is blowing away in the wind. Actually, maybe, I don't know what that is. It's probably a hat. And here we have a pocket with some ephemera in it. Of course, you could put your own ephemera in it. This is, I'm almost positive, yeah, not authentic. But you fold it over, you can write inside there. And the refrigerator's making more weird noise. It'll be interesting to see how much of that you can hear. There's a pocket with a picture from the book on it. And another one of those short 2 pages with a piece of paper glued in between for writing space. And again, this came from the inside of a book. It's just beautiful. You could do whatever you wanted with it, glue things on it or create your own pockets or whatever. But I have left it there because I think it's cool looking and left it for you to do whatever you wish. And here's the back. Again, you can also put a pocket in the back if you like. Do whatever you like with the back, but it's covered with that same napkin. And that's the end. She's pretty thick, but she closes up nicely. And I will be putting that in my Etsy shop, and I will link to that down below. I hope you got inspired, and I'm so glad I'm settled here, and I look forward to making some more videos. Until next time, bye.